Alright, so I'm back on, I think. Well, I'm going to finish a little bit of this off. Hopefully it continues with my stream. If not, there we go. Okay, good. This happens from time to time, and it has nothing to do with my internet connection. It always has to do with my provider and when they adjust things. And usually it is late at night when they do this. Okay, there we go. And we're finished on the left side. Well, the left side of what we see, not her left side. There we go. And the reason why I do this for an hour or so, just so that people understand it, these aren't going to be short streams, and I will take it to that. All my videos will be short, but the streams will not be. And I'm sorry about what happened with it being immediately cut off. There's nothing I can do to fix that, and it has nothing to do with my computer at all. Talk to AT&T. I don't know. I know they have things normally at night, but sometimes it is interfering with basically what we're doing. Well, what anybody's doing at night, really. And I've had internet problems and the like. So it's not just this. I've had other problems besides this. I've had my internet go out for no apparent reason, and I have to restart the router. So. Dostluvius Valim Talvekban. Or in other words, they don't know what they're doing, and they kind of play around with pachinko, in this sense. Or a ball game of sorts, of betting. Okay, there. Come on. I'm just doing this to get my bearings on this part. I'll most likely fix the coloring and all that, but this just shows me where it's at. And I could do these down here, but I'm gonna be lazy right now. If it's not skin tone, then it's gonna be glossed over later, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. And if it's a dark enough color, you can hide some mistakes too. And for these parts, I just go over very loosely. And then I go back over later, but for right now, loosely is good enough. But the more complicated a drawing is, the longer it does take for anybody really to do. But there are people who can do it within a single sitting. It doesn't take them more than an hour or so. I can do that, but then there are mistakes that show up, and it would have to be a less complicated character too. And this is when I have a vague idea of what I'm doing. Because I don't know exactly what I'm drawing when I draw it. Sometimes. I just look at it and find my general direction of what I want to do with it. And I would take this to Clip Studio Paint, but all the Intel Macs that I know of have issues with streaming and using the Paint program. Well, just Studio Paint. There's just issue with it. Alright. So she is one more step closer to being finished. Just working little by little and bit by bit. So let's go with a more... I'm going to go towards hot pink on this for her dress, her main dress. So I'm just going to do a base coloring in of everything right here. And then I will need to adjust it for this right here. Because I do need to adjust it on on her left, my right. Just so that this right here comes out in a different way. There we go. There's her dress in general sense. But I do want to make it lighter on this area because that is the area I want light. And then I want to continue this down on both sides. So I'm going to use my color to sort of generalize where I want it on each side. But yeah, right here and right here. So each side is going to be different. So no, that'll add a nice looking, unique part to the dress. But yeah, no, that'll be nice right there. Outline. Put her belly button in. There's her belly button. Because she's not a clone. Alright. And then her iris. Come on. There we go. And her iris right there. I do want to add a few more things, like more volume to her eye. Same thing right here. Right there. Here. And then to add the white in the eyes, just to make it so that she doesn't look so dead. And to give her turquoise eyes, I'm just adding the slight bits of detail that are needed. That actually has to be below layer 28. And I could stop there with that. We do need the scalia. So that she has the white behind her eyes. And then her lips are not going to be done, but I'm using every ounce of color of sorts, but I'll just put the lips down here. So for the lips, we're just going to go with a red. And I'll have to adjust the lips. Actually, maybe not as much as I thought, but I'll have to adjust those because her lips themselves, they look wrong. Because right here, and then right here. Let's adjust the outline a bit. Because the lips, they don't look like lips in my case. Come on. Let's erase this first. And just add a simple line. And then down to the lips, layer 24, right? Yep. Eye, brush, and the lips don't look awkward well, as awkward anymore. Which I'll adjust still. And then same thing with the outline. Sometimes it's good to do teeth and sometimes it's not. In this case, yes, it is. It adds more to it if you add the teeth too. But you still need the black. She looks like she's gonna eat you. I could do a vampire one. Let me erase that and try something else for the lips. I'm gonna take these out. There we go. Just don't want it to be too big. Fix the top part and bottom. Just a lot of finessing. Sometimes the red just needs to be there. Alright, I'm just gonna do the lips for right now. Might as well. Hardness 0. Opacity at 43, that's fine. Flow, leave it to normal. You don't want to do too much. It's best to just leave certain aspects to chance. Come on. Still not big enough, I guess. There we go. My bad there. Okay. And you basically just go back and forth, back and forth. Alright. But that's how you get soft lips. There we go. Yeah, I know no one's watching the stream right now, but maybe in the future. They'll see it. Alright. Alright, so that's the lips. And what I do is this. And then add a second layer on top of that. Put this to normal. This to whatever it is, and then harness at 100. Okay. There we go. And I actually take the red, make it darker first before I do anything. And then I just go over this slightly as if I'm drawing there we go. And I just draw those lines as a guide, and then but I also keep them on there too. Okay, just making sure. But you could do it like that. It doesn't make sense to do that, but you can take those lines out. But leaving them in adds a little bit to it. Oops. Don't want to erase the lines either. Let's erase this part though. And what I usually do with this is sometimes taking out the lines helps. But if you add too much white, this is what happens. But to sort of make it work correctly, you actually have to adjust the white in a way to where it is slight bits and pieces in more of a spread area. It doesn't look as noticeable in certain cases. but yeah, taking out certain things adds a whole new dimension to it. So this just makes it so that she has a little bit glossier lips. And you can add this back, but I would decrease the amount though. There we go. I like that. But there are many ways to adjust everything, and I'm going to stop right here. For those who did join in my first part of the stream, thank you. And then hope to be doing this again within the next 3 days. So hope to see you guys next time. This is TechArtist41 signing out. Command X.